too much? Do we think this would be too much? Yeah, I think it would be too much. Love the concept though. Hello everybody and welcome back to my booktube channel. Today I am so excited to be filming an October TBR for you guys because one, it's almost October and that means it's one of my favorite months of the year, and two, I don't normally do TBRs, so this is going to be something different for me and hopefully I can stick to it. But the reason that I don't do TBRs usually is because I never stick to them. So we're gonna see how this is gonna go. I don't know. I'll let you know in about a month when I do my wrap up. So I just have a couple of fun spooky books that I would love to get to in October. Obviously if I don't get to all of them, that's fine. I don't want to be like too strict, but these are kind of just like, I would like to read these and I'm gonna try to read these, you know? So yes, we're gonna get into it. I'm so excited. The first one is going to be incredibly cliche. I literally don't even care because I would like to get to Dracula by Bram Stoker in October. I have read a couple of classics this year and I've actually really enjoyed them, so hopefully the length of this book is not too daunting for me. Oh, I guess it's only 400 pages. That's like not awful, I guess. I believe this is written in a letter format, which I kind of like. I think that's fun. I feel like when things are written in letters, they're typically shorter letters, you know? It's like having short chapters in books with short chapters. Yeah, I'm just really excited to finally know the actual story of Dracula. I really don't know too much about it aside from the fact that he's a vampire. That's literally all I know. I don't even think I've seen a Dracula like adaptation, so very excited to read this. Also, this is a Penguin Classics Deluxe Edition and I just think the artwork for this is so cool. I don't know, I just love it so much. My copy is a little beat up because I did get it secondhand, but that does mean that it is highlighted and annotated in, so I'm kind of interested to see what the person who had this before me had to write down about it. We'll see what I make of those. Next up, I have a very short one, so hopefully I can get through this. I think this is literally only 100 pages. That is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. You know, I've always known about this story, but I've never really thought about reading it, and then I saw that they had this cute little Penguin English Classics edition of it, and I literally had to get this because it was so short, it was cute, I liked the design on the front of it, and I was like, yeah, I could read that. That'd be fun. I also think this takes place in Victorian London, which I just love reading stories that take place in Victorian London, and I think a spooky story that takes place in Victorian London is going to be just even better. The back of this book describes it as a gothic masterpiece and a chilling exploration of humanity's basest capacity for evil, and for that, I am excited. I think this is going to be a really fun read, a really quick read, so I can definitely get to this in October. Next up, I have Something Wicked This Way Comes by Bradbury. I was gonna read this last year and then I completely didn't. Don't you hate when that happens? I have to get to it this year. I feel like it is such a staple for October because this is a book about a traveling carnival that just randomly shows up in this town the week before Halloween. I hear it's really weird, creepy. That's what I'm here for. Also, I really love Ray Bradbury and his writing style, so I'm very excited to finally get to this. It doesn't look too long, so yes, very excited about this. Next up, I have a book that I've talked about a couple of times on my channel, and that is Masterpieces of Terror and the Supernatural, which is an anthology selected by Marvin, Kaye. And it includes stories that are masterpieces of terror and the supernatural, so literally perfect for October. You can't, you know. It's a thick one though, so we'll see how that goes. But this has stories from Bram Stoker, H.P. Lovecraft, Mary Shelley. It's also got one from Tolkien in here, which I'm excited about. And yeah, I just think this will be really perfect for the season. I don't know how many times I've mentioned this on this channel, but I love the cover artwork for this book. I can't get over it. This is my favorite art style, and the fact that I have a book, like a horror anthology, with the cover, with this art style, I'm just very excited to read it. Good short story collection. I feel like I can read this throughout the month, so that'll be really nice to just pick it up whenever I'm feeling like it. And they're nice self-contained short stories, so excited about this one as well. The next one I have isn't really scary, I don't think. I guess I don't know if it's not scary, but I'm gonna assume it's not scary, but it's more fitting with the supernatural side of things, and that is The Beautiful by Renèe, ahdieh. I picked this up early in the summer and I just haven't read it yet, so I figured it's about vampires. What a better time to read it than October. It's gonna be perfect. I have no idea what happens in this book though, to be honest. I know it takes place in New Orleans. That's kind of all I all I know. But I know people really like it, so. Oh, 1872 New Orleans. Now I'm excited. I heard it was a vampire story. I didn't need to know anything else, to be honest. So the next book that I plan to read in October is from a staple horror author. I've read a lot of his work so far, and I'm excited to read some more this October, and that is going to be Stephen King's The Dark Half, which I don't necessarily know if it's like spooky scary, but I think there's someone killing people, so that's usually pretty scary. I also believe that this is one of the Castle Rock books. I think there's like 4 main books that take place in Castle Rock, Maine, and I've read 2 of them, so this will be my 3rd one out of the quartet, so I'm excited to read some more that take place there. I believe this is about a writer. No shock there. Literally all of Stephen King's main characters are writers. I think only a handful of them aren't, but so many are. There's this writer, and I think he has like an alter ego kind of thing that goes out and kills people. That's what I'm getting from the front flap here. So sounds interesting. Nice little slasher. Can you consider book slasher? I don't know. Maybe I should take. Don't mind the price tag on this, I just noticed that. Honestly, $10 for this hardback is not a bad deal, but that's not the point. I really wanted to read one of his books, and a lot of them are very thick. So I just went to my shelf and I picked the shortest one. So here we go. Okay, so these last 2 that I have on my TBR, I don't physically have, but I do plan to pick them up very soon. So the first one is Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwab. This is the 3rd book in the Cassidy Blake series, and I loved the first 2 books in this series, so obviously I need to read the last one. It follows her and her parents, who have their own TV show about like haunted places around the world, and she also has a best friend who's a ghost. So obviously picking up more of the paranormal vibes here. This one takes place in New Orleans, and I'm very excited to read it. I did start it earlier this year, but I really wasn't feeling it at the time, and I think I just wanted to save it for October. So, it's almost October now, so it's time. And then the other book that I want to read that is in middle grade is Dead Voices by Katherine Arden. I think she has a 3rd book coming out in this series that either is coming out or already came out, so maybe I'll read that one too. This is the 2nd book that follows Small Spaces by Katherine Arden, which I also read earlier this year, and I really enjoyed it, so I just think it'll be a really fun middle grade. I really don't know what happens in this book, but I thought the characters were fun, and the plot of the first one was a really good time. Kind of spooky, but like it's a middle grade, so like how spooky can it be? But I just really thought it was fun. It'll be a nice little break from adult horror kind of stuff. So that is my October TBR. Hopefully I can stick to it. I really don't know. I could come back at the end of this month and tell you that I have read none of these. Always a possibility. But we'll hope that doesn't happen. So if you like this, let me know down below. Are you planning to read any spooky Halloween books in October? If not, why not? So yeah, like, subscribe, whatever you're feeling today, and I will see you in my next video, and happy almost October. Bye!